So if you've ever wondered, what can I actually do with coding skills? You're not alone. Coding isn't just about building apps or getting a job as a software engineer. It opens doors in ways most people don't even think about. In this video, I'm going to break down the real, practical ways coding can level up your career, your income, and even your life based on my experience working in tech for years. So, hi, if you're new, my name is Zazo. I'm currently a senior data analyst, and I've been a data analyst for about 4 years at this point. And previously, I was a software engineer. So, when it comes to coding, I've done it definitely in two different ways. And in my current role as a data analyst, I tend to get the question of what can you actually do with coding? Yes, we use a little bit of Python, but not everyone on the team actually uses it. So I'm going to give you that in this video just in case you're really not aware of the different possibilities and different things you can do with coding. So the first thing is coding skills open career doors, and sometimes it's not just the obvious ones. So sure, you can become a software engineer, web developer, mobile app developer, and things like that that you would expect. But coding can also get you into things like data analytics, data engineering. So for those types of things, you would be automating reports, cleaning large data sets, building different types of visualizations and dashboards. So it can also help you get jobs in things like product management, understanding technical constraints, and talk to engineers fluently because you understand the same language, aka coding, and all of the different things that coding can do. Another one is AI and machine learning roles. So experiment with models and automate predictions. And even something like tech consulting and things like freelance. So building small tools for clients without having to have a full engineering team. Basically, if you know how to code, you can contribute in almost any tech adjacent role and stand out from people who don't. So, the first thing, and one of my favorite things about coding and why I've always stuck with it pretty closely, is coding lets you build things by yourself. You can literally just with your computer and an internet connection, obviously the right tools, having the programming language downloaded, the compiler, or whatever you want to call it, you can just start coding right away. You don't need to rely on someone else's tools, and you can just create your own website, your own portfolio, a side hustle tool that automates repetitive tasks. One of the kind of things that I made earlier on was just something that was really simple, and it just renamed and uploaded files. So I was working a lot with the file directory. It doesn't have to be fancy to be, a big deal to you, right? If it solves a problem that you actually have. Small apps that solve real problems in your community or workplace, personal projects that turn into products or even startups, even if it's a simple automation script, coding gives you power to create things from scratch. And that's a skill that employers, clients, and investors value immensely. So another thing is I realized that my life got a little bit easier when I learned how to code, and the reason is because coding boosts my problem solving skills as a whole, not just with coding. So coding teaches you to solve problems logically. You learn how to break big problems into smaller problems and then think step by step and start to anticipate different edge cases. And these skills aren't just useful in tech, they're valuable in every career, from finance to marketing to operations. Coding trains your brain to think critically, systematically, and creatively. This is probably another one of my favorites, is that coding gives you leverage with automation. Automation is something that is near and dear to my heart because I am lazy. And if there is an opportunity for me to automate something, I'm doing it. So you can automate repetitive tasks like for me, it's something like maybe cleaning data on a day to day, sending some type of report, scraping information from the web. I've seen people, and myself included, save hours from just writing some simple scripts. That way, that time can be, spent on higher impact work. So for me, I literally was in a role when I started in data analytics that really was rinse and repeat. It was really repetitive and it would take up, I would say, 30% of like my overall week, right? And then I wrote a script that you just input a couple values and hit a button, and it did that whole process for me. And that freed up so much more time to automate so much more stuff to a point where I was getting close to automating most of what I was doing, honestly. I would just have to click a couple buttons during the day. But obviously, with that, it's recognized and you get put in bigger roles to do bigger things. And it doesn't just save time, it really becomes just valuable in any role, whether you're a data analyst, marketer, engineer of any sort. Automation is so powerful, especially nowadays where AI is automating a lot of different things. For you to be able to do that and really tailor it in a way that is pertinent to your use case is very powerful. So, another thing is coding opens doors to side hustles and entrepreneurship. So, you can build and sell small apps. You can create SaaS tools that solve very niche problems. You can freelance for clients, get paid hourly or project based. You can offer automation scripts for different things in different small businesses. Coding gives you the flexibility to earn outside of a traditional job, which is why many developers use it as a side hustle or a launch pad for business. So, really, the short answer to what can you do with coding skills? The short answer would be almost anything. You can get a high paying job, solve real problems, automate things in your life, and even start your own business with this one skill. But I will say it's not about just writing code, it's about thinking differently, creating, and having options that most people don't. So if you like this video, go ahead and like the video. In the comments, let me know how long have you been coding and what was your first programming language. Love, peace, and chicken grease. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out.